If you love cats and travel, then you must have come across the viral video of Dean Nicholson and Nala. In this video, I'll tell you their complete, interesting story. I'll tell you how Dean quit his job and set on world travel, how he stumbled upon Nala and adopted it, and how they became global celebrities. So, now let's start from the beginning. Dean Nicholson was born on March 22, 1993 and hails from Dunbar, Scotland. He did his schooling from Dunbar Grammar School. Initially, Dean worked as a handyman on a farm and then started working as a welder at a fish food factory. As he got fed up with his monotonous 9-to-5 lifestyle, he decided to quit his job and set off on a world trip on a bike. His plan was to ride his bike to as many countries as possible and conclude his journey in Thailand by relaxing on a Thailand beach, drinking coconut. On September 1, 2018, Dean started off from Dunbar on his brand new Trek 920 adventure touring bike. In December 2018, he had reached Bosnia, and December 10, 2018 was no different, as he was cycling as usual, but little did he know that on that day, he, a dog person, would get converted into a cat person. On that day, Dean was cycling up a steep hill while being immersed in the loud music emanating from his speaker, tied at the back of his bike. But the music was soon overpowered by the meowing of a kitten. So, he pulled his bike over to find a scruffy and skinny kitten running towards him. Dean took pity on that poor thing and fed her a full jar of pesto, which she eagerly emptied. He realized that the kitten was abandoned in that remote place where it was starving for food and companionship. Slightly digressing, don't feed your cat pesto. It's not good for the felines. Dean too realized this later on and regretted it. After feeding the kitten, he wanted to leave it on its own, but he, being a compassionate person, adopted it and christened it Nala. Nala is one of the characters of Dean's favorite childhood film, The Lion King. He would have named the kitten Simba if it would have been a tomcat. Luckily, his bike had a front basket. He cleared out some space in it and placed Nala in it and resumed cycling. 10 minutes later, while Dean was still cycling, Nala climbed out of the basket to his shoulder where it fell asleep. At that moment, he fell in love with Nala and became a cat person. Prior to meeting Nala, he had many pets: stick insects, chickens, tropical fish, and dogs. He was a dog person and never owned a cat and didn't have a soft corner for them, as he believed that cats scratch furniture and would only bond with their owners for food. Nala has been a very uncomplaining cat and loved traveling in his bike's basket. He used to cycle for about 7 hours a day, and she used to spend most of her day sleeping, and upon waking, she used to sit in the basket with her paws out and enjoy the scenery. Nala is quite intelligent, as she communicates with Dean through several ways, like when she gets thirsty, she licks his lower lip, and when she gets frightened by dogs, she climbs up on his shoulder. During the nights, they used to sleep in a tent, and Nala used to love it. Nala, in an instant, made Dean an approachable guy, as people not only started interacting with him and offering him drinks, but also started showing interest in his story. Prior to having Nala, not many people were approaching him, as he was a big guy with a big beard and tattoos. Thanks to Nala, he slowed down his journey pace to take care of her and make sure that she too enjoyed the trip. After smuggling Nala through the first border, Dean got her a pet passport which allows her to seamlessly travel the world. At the time, he also got her rabies vaccination and a microchip in her neck. Once while traveling, they got caught in a bad storm and got wet. A few days later, unfortunately, Nala developed a chest infection, and only after paying a visit to the veterinarian, she recovered. Since then, Dean has been cautious while traveling in rain. He bought Nala an umbrella, waterproof cover, and things to keep her warm, and for her safety on the busy roads, he started keeping her attached to his bike. After the dodo shared their story, they shot up to fame and got millions of views. As a man traveling with a cat is quite a novelty, people loved their story and started following them on Instagram and YouTube. Their story was also covered by Daily Mail, the Sunday Times, New York Post, and the Washington Post. Dean, through social media, brings awareness towards animals and the environment. He sells Nala's themed merchandise through his website. He also raises donations. He helped more than 100 charities, planted more than 52,000 trees, and donated more than £200,000. After traveling to 21 countries with Nala, Dean wrote a book titled Nala's World: One Man, His Rescue Cat, and a Bike Ride Around the Globe, and published it on September 29, 2020. And on October 13, 2022, he published his second book, which is titled Nala's World, One Little Cat's Quest for Love and Adventure. Dean assumed Nala to be born in 2018. He celebrates her birthday on October 2nd. He wants to travel to as many countries as with Nala and make her the most traveled cat in the world. You can follow their story on his YouTube channel, 1bike1world, and on Instagram, on his handle 1bike1world. Both of them travel to many countries. In 2020, after injuring his ankle, Dean moved from bike to van, and currently, both of them travel in a van. While traveling in Albania, he found a puppy suffering from severe mange in an orange field. He took it to the vet and treated it, christened it Baloo, and gave it for adoption in London. So, how are you inspired by the story of Dean Nicholson and Nala? Please comment below. I also wrote their story on my website, which I'm linking in the description below. If you are interested in more success stories of your favorite YouTubers, please subscribe to my channel.